Hi everyone, I am Dr. K. Prabhakaran, Professor, Department of Mathematics, K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology, Tiruchengood, Tamil Nadu, India. Today we will see the Applied Statistics course, the measures of central density. The measures of central density, we see that mean, median and mode value. Before going to the problem, I give the small introduction of that measures of central tendency. In a statistics, measures of central tendency are numerical values that represent the central or typical value of a dataset. They provide a single value that summarizes the entire distribution of a data and help us understand where most of observations are concentrated. When data are collected from experiment, surveys or observations, the values often vary. The measures of central tendency help to describe this variation by identifying a value around which the data tend to cluster. These measures are widely used in the economics, business, social sciences, engineering and research for data analysis and decision making areas. The most commonly used measures of central tendency are arithmetic mean, or sometimes is called as a mean. That's meaning for the average of all observations. The medians means the middle value when data are arranged in order, and mode means the value that occurs most frequently. Each measure has its own importance and is suitable for different types of data and situations. So now we see the one continuous data, the x and frequency values of calculating for our mean, median and mode for the following data. Here we know that the two type of data is given. The first one is a discrete case and the another one is a continuous case. So now the today class we see that the mean, median, mode to determine our continuous case. The continuous case means the x value should be become the some interval. Here we see that 50 to 60 and 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. Our frequency of this interval, the first interval value 42 and second interval value 62 and third interval value 75 and fourth interval is 100 and last interval is 65. So now we see the solution of this problem. To determine the following table, very useful to find the mean value. The first column we will write our the given x value, and second column you write our frequency value, and third column you write the middle value. That is a middle value means 50 to 60 and divided by 2, that is a 55. And next is 60 to 70, the middle value is a 65, and 70 to 80 and middle is a 75, and 80 to 90 the middle value is a 85, and 90 to 100 the middle value is a 95. There is a very simple adding this two value and divided by 2 is called the middle value. So now we find out the FM, the frequency and the middle value is called the FM. Just you multiply 42 into 55, that is a 2200, and 62 into 65 4030, 75 into 75 5625, and 100 into 85 8500, 65 into 95 6175. Now the cumulative frequency. The cumulative frequency means we are adding our frequency values. Now you write our the first value is the cumulative value is the 40 and second value is a 62, therefore we write the 102, and third one is a 75 adding the 177, and third one is a 277, and last one is adding for 65, the value will become 342. So now we see that the entire total value of this 342 for our frequency value. The another one is a FM cumulative value, that is a frequency and middle value, total value 26,530 only. So now we know that our mean formula, sum of frequency of m divided by the entire n. The n means 342. We know that cumulative of frequency of nil value is a 26530. We divided by this number 342. We get it there 77.54. This is the mean value. This is called the average mean value. Now we find out the median value. The median formula L plus n by 2 minus cumulative frequency divided by frequency into I. The median class here we identify, that is a very simple formula, n by 2. The n means 342 divided by 2 is called the 171, the value. This value we see that our given table of values 171 is the nearest value, that is a 177. That is called our approximately near the value. We will select that number is a n by 2. The 177 value, the interval 70 to 80. Therefore we identify the median class value 70 to 80. The lowest number we identify, that number is called the capital L. The middle value we selection, the lowest number is 70. Our cumulative frequency value, we see that the same number is 102. The before the median class interval value, here we selected that number is called the cumulative frequency value. So now we identify easily the interval, that is a class interval, the 50 to 60, 60 to 70, the interval range is only 10 is our difference. And frequency is called the F, the value will be 75, the value is identify the interval frequency value. Now directly we apply our median formula. The capital L, we know that 70 and n by 2 value identify 171 minus cumulative frequency value 102 and divided by the f value frequency interval is a 75 into our I value is a 10. Therefore we write the 70 plus the entire value is simplified. This data value is a 9.2. Therefore the final answer 79.2. So now we can identify the mode value on a given problem. The mode formula is L plus D1 divided by D1 plus D2 into I, where D1 equal to F1 minus F0, D2 equal to F1 minus F2. So how to identify this two value means the highest frequency is our given problem is 100. That the frequency interval we identify, that value is 80 to 90. The lowest number we selected the 80. That value is f of naught. We selected the previous value is 75. The highest frequency value we defined the 100, and next f2 value is 65. So now this number is identified for only this highest frequency value and define and identify this value. So now substitute our formula D1 equal to F1 minus F0. Here F1 formula value is 100 and F0 value is 75. We simplify this value, we got the 25. And we know that D2 formula F1 minus F2. So F1 value is 100 minus 65 equal to 35 for our D2 value. Here we identify what is a D1 and D2. We know that already the class interval value is the I, that is a 10. And lowest here the number on the interval, this mode of value is only 80. Therefore this value substitute in our mode formula. The L value the replace 80 and D1 value the replace for 25 and D2 value replace for 35 and I value is replaced by 10. We simplify this data, we got it the 80 plus 4.16. the answer, the mode is 84.16. so now we complete the value of here mean, median, mode. This we see that mean value 77.57, median value 79.2, mode value 84.16. The conclusion of this problem, the real life no single measure is always best. Therefore we determine the mean, median and mode together give a complete picture of the data, helping individuals or organizations and government make a better decision for we calculating these three values. We see identify and the problem is correctly going on. Thank you for watching my video.